Hello everyone, I'm Max, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. Brand new cryptid creature footage that's shocking the world. Today we take a look at new creature footage and cryptid sightings coming from all around the world with very convincing evidence. From HD Bigfoot trail camera videos to skinwalkers and rakes to aliens and UFOs and so much more. So grab your I Found Bigfoot coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the best new unknown creature clips. Now this is honestly one of the creepiest videos I've ever seen. Reddit user Chilled Snow is responsible for the eerie footage. He was doing some late night exploring when he found a tunnel that intrigued him. He could have sworn he was hearing some weird noises coming from inside, so he got a closer look. He enters the tunnel and walks on, trying to locate the source of the sounds. Then it emerges from the darkness.
What the hell? Hello?
A pale, elongated creature with glowing eyes lunges at the man. It lets out an ear-piercing and gut-wrenching scream. The lone explorer runs for his life with his adrenaline pumping. The footage then cuts off, but he makes it out of the tunnel just in time, dodging the enormous creature's attack. Slowing the footage down, just look at this thing. The otherworldly figure is freakishly tall, barely fitting in the tunnel. Now there have been many tales of unknown creatures living in sewers, pipes, and tunnel systems just like this one for a while now. Not just tales though, other sightings with videographic evidence as well. It's said that cryptid creatures like these like to hide out in these secluded areas to keep themselves hidden. They rarely have to worry about any visitors. And if there ever happen to be any visitors, it's an easy attack to emerge out of the darkness and catch them by surprise. But luckily, this explorer here was able to make it out alive, all while giving us some of the craziest footage of all time. The following trail cam picture has been going viral recently and is very controversial. The trail camera, placed in a low-hanging spot in a remote forest, was triggered on October 23rd. Here's the photo. Now this one is controversial because many believe this is a hoax and that the photo is simply AI. Regardless, I figured I'd include it anyways because a lot of people believe it's not AI. Also, the uploader assures us it's a real capture and admits to never using any kind of AI in his life. Analyzing the creature itself though, it looks to be a dogman. It has super defined biceps and shoulder muscles. It has a dog-like face and almost a human or bat-like body. If you don't know already, the dogman is a cryptid described as a large bipedal creature with the body of a muscular man and the head of a canine, often resembling a wolf or a German shepherd. Reports of dogman sightings date back centuries, but the legend gained widespread attention in the 1980s. However, despite numerous accounts, no conclusive evidence has been found, keeping the dogman firmly in the realm of folklore and cryptid lore. So do you guys believe in the dogman? And do you believe this trail cam photo here is real? Let me know in the comments down below. Kicking the video off with a brand new cryptid sighting coming from Brazil. It was just posted on January 19th by a man named Jack Silvey. He was driving down a rather desolate road surrounded by trees and dense forest when a strange canine species walked right out of the trees and right onto the road. It just stands there and stares at the oncoming driver. It looks like a wolf hybrid or something. with its canine-like body and dark fur. What throws us off the most is the face. It has a white snout and white circles around its eyes. It also appears to have its ears perked up high. They almost look like horns at times. What do you guys think this could be? Is it an undiscovered canine species like some wolf or coyote hybrid or something? To make things even stranger, the only wolves that live in Brazil are maned wolves, which look like this. They almost look like a variant of foxes with their long legs and a red coat of fur. They look nothing like the creature in the video. Commenters who watch the video are practically scrambling to come up with theories for this one. But still, no one can figure it out. The most believed theory is that it's some unknown creature that remains undiscovered. Some even go as far as to say a dogman or a werewolf. I don't know. This one definitely is mysterious, so let me know if you guys have any theories. Here is a very terrifying recent creature video. A trail camera was set up in a forest, though the location remains classified. The camera was set up to capture wildlife and such, and the owner never expected to capture something like this. At first, the video seems normal, just videoing the forest with a stream flowing by. But then something emerges from behind the rock. It crawls up on the rock on all fours and looks around. The creature has the body of a human, but something seems terribly off. The way it moves, looks around, its skinniness and paleness, it's completely wrong. This can't be a human. Many people quickly pointed out the creature resembles the cryptid called the rake. A pale, emaciated humanoid that looks just like this. The rake is a terrifying cryptid that emerged from internet folklore, particularly through creepypasta stories. Unlike traditional cryptids like Bigfoot or the Mothman, the rake has no deep-rooted historical origins, but has gained a strong presence in modern horror mythology. Despite this, many people claim it's real and claim to have seen it with their own eyes. So, was this the rake caught on camera in the woods this day, or a different creature? This brand new scary footage comes from a police department in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This CCTV camera was set up specifically to watch the parking lot at the station. Its goal to keep things safe, but this night it couldn't keep anyone safe from this otherworldly intruder. The video uploaded on March 7th, 2025 shows what looks to be a flying humanoid creature. The creature moves for a second, then freezes because the camera glitched. If you have a Ring camera or other security cameras, you would know this tends to happen a lot. But then the footage unsticks and the creature flies right past. It appears to have some kind of wings or something. It's very pale in color and skinny. The thing that catches my eye the most is the motion blur and the camera rendering. By the way it flies past, it seems to really be there in real time, not the result of editing or doctoring after the video was taken. It seems this footage is authentic, we just don't know what the creature is. A desk sergeant was monitoring the cameras when he spotted it. He and his fellow officers admit that they had never seen anything like it before, and they found it very unnerving. Now the officers set out to try to debunk the footage because they couldn't wrap their brains around it. They jumped from different theories, like flying insects and camera glitches, but none of them were satisfied. Police officers are most of the time very rational thinkers, and the fact that they couldn't even debunk this makes it all the more convincing. So what do you guys think they caught this night? A ghostly spirit, an unknown creature? Your guess is as good as mine. Taking a look at a close encounter with the dogman, with some of the clearest evidence of all time. A man was out on a camping trip. He was camping for 2 weeks, a rather long expedition, but something he loved to do. To escape out into the woods all alone, living amongst nature. One ritual he did every time he camped is he would set up a trail camera in the nearby area to keep an eye on his campsite. He would place the camera on a nearby tree to watch the campsite while he was gone. Though most of the time he didn't need it, but this time he did. This bright and sunny morning, he left the solitude of his makeshift campsite and set out to go fishing, to catch his next meal. But when he got back, he realized his campsite had been raided. His things had been gone through and his tent was open. He tried to shake it off and go about his camping trip like normal, and eventually he did. But he really wanted to check his trail camera captures, but he couldn't, because he needed a computer to plug in the SD card to retrieve the photos. Eventually his trip ended and he returned back home. Still curious about what happened at his site, he finally checked his trail camera captures. And he couldn't even come close to believing what he saw. A dark, dog-like creature is seen in the 2 separate photos. It wasn't like the typical wolf or coyote. This thing was different. Jet black, huge piercing eyes, and almost human-like arms and shoulders, even though in this picture it's crawling around on all 4s. The trail cam owner, along with other cryptozoologists, believed this was the dogman. Encounters with the so-called dogman have existed for decades. One of the earliest recorded encounters with the dogman occurred in Wexford County, Michigan in 1887. A group of lumberjacks claimed to have seen a large bipedal canine with glowing eyes stalking the woods. Unlike a typical wolf, this creature was upright like a man, and it had long claws and it let out a terrifying, inhuman scream. Because of its long-standing sightings and captures, it makes it one of the most captivating creatures in the cryptid world. And these specific trail camera captures here that I just showed you are some of the best of all time. This brand new creature sighting is taking the internet by storm. It was just posted on April 15th, 2025. The caption reads, "A strange animal was spotted moving through the woods, and we've never seen anything like it. Is it a cryptid, a rare species, or something else entirely? Watch closely and decide for yourself." The video shows a large horned creature swaying back and forth. Its head is ginormous, equipped with small glowing eyes and a large mouth at the bottom. And the horns have to be at least a foot long. We can see the outline of its body and it's unbelievably huge. It's very wide and dark, way darker than its head. Shortly after the videographers stumbled upon this creature, they ran away in terror. But luckily they filmed it first. They didn't want to get any closer and didn't want to stick around any longer. They got the footage they needed and quickly got out of there. I mean, what would you guys do if you came across this creature? Would you stay and investigate and film it? Or would you get the heck out of there? It also wasn't mentioned where the creature was filmed, though it's believed it comes from somewhere in the US. What do you guys think it could be? Let me know in the comments down below. This terrifying creature capture comes from a family in North Carolina. They live on a rural property with chickens and other livestock surrounded by woods. After experiencing something they didn't understand, they uploaded their encounter to TikTok on February 1st, 2025. They have security cameras mounted around their property to keep track of their livestock. But this night it would capture some kind of creature, an animal they definitely didn't have on their farm. An almost sloth-like creature is seen. Keep in mind they live in North Carolina, and sloths don't even live anywhere in the US. And looking closer and really analyzing the face, this is no sloth. This is something else entirely. Its face is white and human-like, with dark sunken eyes. It has very long arms and legs, kind of like a monkey's build. And we can see it's trying to break into the chicken coop. The family also provides this video of the area where the security camera is set up in broad daylight, to give us a better perspective of what it looks like. They walk around the corner, and as you can see, this is exactly where the creature was pictured. The uploader, named Trisha, did some research and she thinks the creature could be a duende. In Spanish and Latin American folklore, a duende is a kind of mythological creature, like a goblin, elf, or mischievous spirit. They're often imagined as small humanoid beings who live in homes, forests, or hidden places. And they play tricks or help out, depending on the story. In Latin American versions, the story is a bit creepier. It says these beings sometimes haunt children or lead people astray in the woods. So it remains unknown what this family captured for sure. Was it a duende like they're thinking, or is it a different creature? It certainly is mysterious. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the Loch Ness Monster before. The Loch Ness Monster, often called Nessie, is one of the most famous cryptids in the entire world. Said to inhabit Loch Ness, a deep, freshwater lake in the Scottish Highlands, Nessie has been the subject of folklore, eyewitness reports, and scientific investigations for centuries. And some brand new evidence of its existence just emerged, and it has people talking. It was just released on March 6, 2025, and it's already been covered by many popular news stations. A visitor to Doray's Beach on the shores of Loch Ness in Scotland reported a potential sighting of the legendary Loch Ness Monster. The individual captured a photograph depicting a dark mass emerging from the water's surface. This image has been hailed by some as one of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting the creature's existence to date. The Loch Ness Center in Drumnadrochit, dedicated to studying and exploring the mysteries of Loch Ness, acknowledged the sighting as the first significant report of 2025. Najina Ishak, the general manager of the center, remarked on the exceptional conditions that day, noting they were ideal for observing unusual activity on the loch. She described the sighting as particularly captivating, suggesting it could be a noteworthy event for the year, according to ourmidland.com. This recent sighting has reignited interest in Nessie, drawing both seasoned researchers and curious tourists to the Scottish Highlands, all of them eager to glimpse the elusive creature that has captivated imaginations for generations. Stories of a large water beast in the area date back to 565 AD, when St. Columba allegedly encountered a monstrous creature in the River Ness, which connects back to the loch. So the legend of this monstrous sea creature has been told for way longer than you could imagine. But what do you guys think? Could this photo and sighting prove the existence of the Loch Ness Monster? I think we need more definitive proof, but it still is an interesting piece of evidence. Continuing on with the topic of unknown sea life, this one is completely strange. It all occurred on February 28, 2025. The uploader, SquatchWatch1 on Instagram, states, quote, "A fisherman caught a strange creature in the northern Pacific Ocean. They think it could be a disfigured frogfish, but they don't know for sure. Take a look." Now, frogfish don't usually look anything like this. But some scientists think it could have got this smooth, alien-like appearance from a pressure difference. This is scientists' best guess. But just look at this creature. We've never seen anything like it before. It's very round and it seriously looks like the head of an alien or something. It looks like it's almost brain-shaped. It has small round eyes and an open, slightly human-like mouth. A scene straight out of a nightmare. Other people make their own guesses about this unidentified creature, saying that they think it could be an undiscovered very rare species. But others think it's a real-life alien. An extraterrestrial creature hiding out within our deep and vast oceans. Now I know I mentioned this too much, but only 5% of the world's oceans have ever been explored. This leaves so much room for unknown creatures and even aquatic aliens to hide out. We truly don't know what's lurking in the depths of our oceans, and maybe we've just got a slight glimpse. And maybe just a slight glimpse is enough, because who knows what other disturbing secrets are hidden within our oceans. Secrets we may uncover in the future. A man has a security camera set up in his home facing towards a window. He had recently been noticing some strange activity outside this window. He would see unexplainable dark figures peering in at him, and sometimes he would even hear strange noises coming from right outside. Spooked and thinking maybe he was going insane, he set out to prove it was real. So that's why he put the camera up. For the first few nights, nothing. Then eventually he caught this. A huge dark creature with glowing eyes looking into his home. Even though it's dark and we can't see every detail, we can tell it has bushy black fur. Whatever this thing is, it's absolutely huge. Initially, playing the footage back, the homeowner thought it was just a very large bear. However, as he analyzed further, he determined it wasn't. Judging by the way it moves and its overall build, it's too human. This is when he decided to post the video on the internet to get answers. But the answers he received were not what he had hoped. Cryptozoologists and online users debated, mainly between Dogman and Bigfoot. Because of the big bushy fur and large head, some lean more towards the most infamous cryptid creature of all time, the Bigfoot. But in one specific frame, when the creature bends down, it almost looks like it has the snout of a dog, and its head almost looks like a very large dog. So it's still up for debate. Was this a Bigfoot stalking the man on his very remote property? Or was it even a dogman? Or is there another explanation? Perhaps a hoax, which some skeptics discuss. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This brand new cryptid sighting comes in from southeastern Oklahoma. It was taken in the Talamina State Park area on August 29th, 2025. A couple, Jose and Tanya, were reportedly camping in the area when they heard what sounded like huge animals moving through the nearby area. So they got up to check it out, and what they saw was not at all what they expected. Also, their dialogue has been translated from Spanish to English using an AI voiceover, so that's not their real voices in the video. Their actual reactions were filled with much more fear and emotion than the AI voice can create. So here's the video.
There they are, there they are, there they are. They're going this way. Tanya, you recorded them. There they are, look at them. There they are, there they are. Which way? Tanya, you recorded them.
We see two giant glowing-eyed humanoids crouch walking through the woods. They move swiftly, especially for their size. The The one in the front appears to be a lighter shade, and the one in the back appears to be darker. But the shape and overall build of both are rather similar. Many cryptid researchers quickly said this was definitive proof of Bigfoot, specifically the Boggy Creek Monster, a legendary creature with deep ties to both Oklahoma and neighboring Arkansas folklore. The Boggy Creek Monster is a Bigfoot-like cryptid said to inhabit the Boggy Creek area. It's estimated at 7 to 10 feet tall and 300 to 500 pounds. It usually appears covered in long, dark brown or black hair, an ape-like face, glowing red or yellow eyes. The glowing eyes aspect directly pertains to this new clip. Many enthusiasts hypothesize how these creatures came to be. They believe it's simply a regional Bigfoot population adapted to the swampy environment. So was this a group of Boggy Creek monsters spotted in southeastern Oklahoma? The footage certainly looks very real, not like a person in costume from what we can see. They look like real living creatures, real terrifying living creatures that we definitely weren't supposed to see. This shocking paranormal video hasn't really been seen before, and it's honestly one of the scariest and more convincing clips I've seen, judging by what he captures and the way he reacts. The uploader, TikTok user Certified Geo, states, quote, "I found an abandoned farmhouse. I went inside and explored and captured this after I got out. Please excuse my language." End quote. Roll the clip.
Yo, what the f is that? What the is that?
So after he had already been inside and explored the whole thing, he came out and caught this. This means whatever that was in there with him the entire time. The video starts out with him shining his flashlight at the farmhouse and zooming in with his phone. A dark, human-like silhouette is seen moving back and forth in the top window. The shadow is completely pitch black. The tone in the man's voice tells us he was truly chilled. He only records for about 13 seconds, then ends the video and gets out of there as quickly as he can. Now I wish we knew more about the history of this abandoned farmhouse. But because it's an old abandoned building in the middle of nowhere, it would probably be almost impossible to find any information about it. Old abandoned places like this typically carry stories and history, sometimes tragic, violent, or emotionally intense. Folklore loves to attach ghost stories to locations with rich or mysterious pasts. The idea is that intense emotions, fear, anger, or sorrow, leave a psychic imprint or energy stain on a place, creating hauntings. But obviously, this creepy-looking farmhouse will remain a mystery. I also forgot to mention this was the only video he has ever uploaded to TikTok, and he uploaded it all the way back in September of 2023. So if it were a hoax, he likely would have continued making content like this and capitalizing off it, seeing as this video performed pretty well. But he didn't, so it still remains a mystery. Now this brand new cryptid creature photo is strange, and people don't know what to make of it, with some thinking it's a dogman and some thinking it's a Sasquatch. It was just uploaded on March 28th, 2025. Here's the picture. I told you guys this one was strange. Just look at this thing. It's ape-like, but way too big. And something is off about its face. It has big bright eyes, a large nose, and a really big mouth. Its arms are heavily muscled, but very long at the same time, so maybe it has the ability to move around on all fours. But it does seem to be a bipedal creature, judging by the hunched posture and leg position. It looks insanely tall. I wish we could see it standing upright. One of the biggest debates about this one is whether it's a real creature or someone in a costume. Believers point out that this would be a hyper-realistic costume, and it would be very hard to make it look this good. Believers also point out the muscle structure, specifically its right arm and shoulder. They say if it were a costume, don't you think we wouldn't be able to see its muscles clearly through it? We also don't know exactly where this one was taken, but it was uploaded by a group called Boise Bigfoot. So maybe it's from Boise, Idaho? It's definitely some interesting and mysterious evidence. Evidence that may prove the existence of the dogman or the Bigfoot, depending on what you believe it is. The dogman, a popular topic on this channel and honestly a popular topic all around the internet nowadays. Well, I often scoured the internet looking for more dogman footage for you guys. And today I found something interesting. An alleged video of the dogman that's pretty clear. Check it out. The video shows what looks to be an odd-looking dog-like creature briskly walking through an open field. Although most dogmen are said to walk on their hind legs, this one isn't. But it's clear something is off about this one. It looks really muscular, and it has a strange gait. It almost looks like it shouldn't be walking on all fours, like it's doing it just to blend in or something. Also, its face looks terrifying. From what we can see, it doesn't resemble a normal coyote or wolf's face. It looks mangled or slightly deformed. Now, even though a lot of people like this video and say it could be the real deal, skeptics aren't so sure. Something about the way the creature moves and the video overall looks kind of like it could be AI or artificial intelligence. With the increase in artificial intelligence these days, it's harder to tell what videos are real and which are fake. Especially when they're slightly blurry, like this one. But I don't know. There's quite the debate going on with this one. Regardless, there are so many other dogman sightings and evidence to prove its existence. From footage to first-hand accounts to pictures, there's a lot that could make you believe. But the question for today is, did this video make you believe, or is it a hoax? Simply too good to be true. This brand new security camera clip might prove the existence of aliens. The quick video comes from Compton, California, and it was taken on June 5th, 2025. A woman named Jessica Ortiz said she was, quote, stunned when her Ring camera captured a strange-looking creature trotting along the side of her home. The once exclusive video has been on various news stations recently, including NBC LA, a popular and pretty trusted news source. The video shows a light-colored humanoid silhouette quickly darting past the camera. It's seen in the bottom right corner. Looking closer at the creature, it appears to almost be translucent. We can slightly see through it. Like a three-dimensional shadow. Jessica also has 2 other Ring cameras around her home, and she says those cameras didn't catch anything. Here's what else she has to say about it.
I was sitting in my son's room with my son. We were staring at each other like, what do we do? We didn't even know what to do. Like, I'm not going to call the police. I'm not going to go outside. I guess I'm going to have to live with the doubt because I'm not checking.
She has no clue what to make of it. So she posted her video online, and still no one has a definitive answer. Most popular theories include the supernatural, like aliens and ghosts. But skeptics try to say it's a small child, but I can't lie, this doesn't look like any child to me. Also, California has one of the richest and most active histories of alien and UFO sightings in the United States. Thanks in part to its size, population, military presence, and deep ties to both aerospace and Hollywood. Most of the sightings are of UFOs and UAPs. However, many people have claimed to see actual aliens in California over the decades. Now there are plenty more stories and evidence coming from California, making this new video that much more convincing. So what do you guys think? Did Jessica Ortiz capture a small alien being on her Ring camera that night? Let me know in the comments down below. This new paranormal video allegedly comes from Burnsville, Appalachian Mountains. Burnsville is a small town in the Appalachian Mountains located in Yancey County, North Carolina. It's known for its scenic beauty, rich arts community, and proximity to Mount Mitchell, the highest peak east of the Mississippi River. But now it's infamous for a different reason. On February 14th, 2025, this event took place. In a small riding arena in the woods in this secluded area, what looks like a ghost rider is seen. It seems to be a person riding a horse, but they're practically see-through. Some are saying this is just a glitch in the camera's rendering because it's dark and it's actually just a person riding a horse. But this phone camera seems rather good quality, and phenomena like this don't really happen on phone cameras. You see it sometimes on Ring cameras because they have issues filming at range in low light situations, but never on iPhones, Androids, and such. So believers are saying this is something called a time shadow, where past and present moments overlap and create a ghostly replay in real time. The phenomenon is sometimes referred to as residual energy, where the ghostly spirit is stuck in a time loop from way back when, and the events keep replaying. People believe this person got a glimpse into another timeline. And to make things even weirder, the Appalachian Mountains are said to be one of the most haunted places in all of the world. So all this being said, do you guys believe in this video? And do you believe the Appalachian Mountains is as spooky as they say it is? This brand new and strange video was just uploaded on February 7th, 2025. It was captured by the Ring camera of a homeowner. He lives on a remote farm property, though the specific location wasn't listed. But the Ring cam facing his backyard and surrounding areas suddenly captures something mysterious, an odd phenomenon we've never seen before. Now we've seen strange orbs caught on Ring cams and trail cams, quite often actually. And sometimes they can even be chalked up to camera distortions and such. But this here is no such thing. We see two bright white lights flying sporadically above. They're low flying, only about 30 to 40 feet above the ground. They have no definitive shape, they're just balls of light it seems. Then one swoops down and touches the ground, then quickly blasts off again, changing forms into some aircraft or light being. Then it quickly flies away and lands in the field behind. Seriously, some of the strangest footage out right now. Cryptid enthusiasts hypothesize aliens and extraterrestrial life as a potential answer for this one. Specifically, some kind of light beings or something, examining Earth closely. Although skeptics say it's edited and they can't wrap their heads around it. Pay attention to how the lights light up the fence, the barn, and everything around it. The lens flares, the shadows, the overall look. This doesn't look like editing to me. So what is it then? Aliens or something supernatural? Or is there a better answer? The following video comes from a man named Kyle who was mountain biking through the woods. The precise location remains classified, but it was stated that he was far out into the woods. As he was biking this trail, he began to get the feeling that he was being watched, like he wasn't alone out there. That's when he spots it. He biked faster and faster, trying to make his way away from whoever or whatever this was. But no matter how fast he went, the creature always seemed to catch up with him. Out of breath, tired, and defeated, he decided to stop and at least catch this thing on camera, in what he thought could have been the last moments of his life. In the distance, a dark humanoid creature is hiding behind a tree. It's sticking its head out, and as soon as he spots it, it ducks back behind the tree, trying to remain hidden. But it's seen pretty obviously. Slowing the footage down and zooming in, we see it's covered in dark fur from head to toe. And it has a thick and wide build, a strong build, with broad shoulders. Now, because it's hiding behind the tree and it's pretty far away, we don't get a glimpse of the entirety of the creature. But I think it's enough to see that this thing wasn't human. Eventually, the biker made it to the end of the trail, with this being following him the whole time. But once he was out of the forest, he was safe. Once again, more theories arose, mainly Bigfoot, because of the large build, dark coloration, and its ability to camouflage. Perhaps the biker's trail ran through this Bigfoot's territory and it didn't take too kindly to it, so it took it upon itself to follow him and chase him all the way out of the woods. This terrifying creature encounter was just uploaded on May 18th, 2025. It comes from Williamsburg, Virginia. A man named Robert Earl White was out on his back porch, which is surrounded by dense, unmarked forest. The forest stretches on for miles and miles, and it's reportedly very remote, with not many people going there. He's pretty secluded out there. So when he saw this strange eye shine followed by a pale humanoid silhouette, he knew something was terribly wrong.
I'm on my back porch. I heard something stomping in the woods, something huge.
He says he heard something stomping loudly in the woods, and you can even hear this thing run towards him in the video. After a standoff between the creature and the filmer, the creature pops up again in the distance.
Off the ground, but I'm high enough to where I thought it couldn't attack me. The eyes were. There it is.
All we can see is the reflection of its eyes. An ominous, brightly glowing reflection, illuminating the pitch darkness. Then you can hear it running again. Now taking a look back at the first shot, this is the best look we get. It's pale, hunched down, with piercing orange-red eyes. Viewers quickly pointed out similarities to a creature called the rake. It's known for its eerily quiet stalking behavior and its tendency to watch or torment victims from the shadows or at the foot of their beds. Unlike older folklore creatures, the rake story surfaced in 2005, so it's one of the most recent cryptids to emerge. So was this the rake in the video? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. A group of people were on the shore of Daytona Beach on the night of March 21st, 2025, when all of a sudden they saw a strange light fly up out of the ocean and into the sky. It just flies through the night sky, followed by what looks like another craft. Take a look as the frantic onlookers record this spectacle.
So fly that coat. Oh my God! What the? I can't do it.
It's flying around. It's 2 miles now.
Oh, it's flying around. It's not. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me get out first. It came out of the ocean. That is not a moon. It's 10 o'clock at night. I seen it come out of the ocean, y'all.
A bright star-like object is moving towards them. It's extremely bright, not like any ordinary craft. Many are saying this is a UFO mothership, and the one beside it is one of the smaller crafts that came out of it. Listen as the woman claims she sees even more crafts, or as she calls them, ships, that we can't see in the video.
There are ships, I don't know what the f***s are. They're flying, they're circling it. There's one above it, there's one on each side of it. Y'all can't see them.
Now the weird thing is, within the last 10 years, Daytona Beach has had plenty of sightings just like this. In June of 2022, a retired police officer and military veteran reported observing a cluster of glowing orbs hovering in a V-shaped formation over Daytona Beach. The orbs reportedly blinked in and out of visibility and changed positions in the sky. In July 2016, a couple staying at a beachfront hotel witnessed a large Saturn-like object with multicolored lights hovering over the beach. The object reportedly hovered for about a minute before accelerating rapidly and disappearing from view. And finally, in February 2015, a witness near the Daytona Beach airport observed a round object in the sky for approximately 4 to 5 seconds. The observer created an animation to depict what was seen, noting that it didn't resemble any known aircraft. So it seems some weird stuff is going on around the Daytona Beach area of Florida. Maybe the surrounding ocean is home to an alien and UFO base, just like how the ex-government officials were claiming that aliens and UFOs hide out in the oceans, deep in the oceans. I don't know if you remember, but they claimed this in the UAP court hearing. I don't know, it could be true. Here is a strange paranormal sighting that will spook you. A man had just purchased a home in a rather remote area. He has a security camera mounted on the front of his house, facing his front yard. Following his front yard is a vast and open forest. His yard leads right into it. Eventually, one night, his motion sensor camera was triggered. Not knowing why it had been set off and suspecting an animal of some sort, he acquired his flashlight and made his way outside. When outside, he shines the flashlight into the trees, slowly scanning the area. He didn't see anything, so eventually he stopped looking and went back inside. However, in the oncoming nights, his camera would be set off various times, each time with no explanation. Frustrated, he reviewed the footage of the night he went out and shined the flashlight, and there it was. Slightly captured amongst the trees is a humanoid figure. A figure with a light head and the dark silhouette of a body. It seems to be gliding, not walking. It moves in one fluid motion with no bounce or vertical movements, just straight forward, floating. The homeowner is definitely spooked by this, but says it's not enough to make him move from the property. He says he might just have to live alongside it, and he accepts the fact that the surrounding forest holds scary secrets. The man doesn't know what it is, but online viewers theorize it could be a wandering forest spirit or even a skinwalker. The shape-shifting witch spirit that can take the forms of humans and animals to blend in. So could this be ancient Navajo cursed land? If so, it certainly could be home to skinwalkers. No one knows how to get rid of the skinwalker curse, so it looks like this man is stuck with it. Maybe that's why he got such a good price on the property. This brand new video featuring an unknown creature was just released on March 20th, 2025. Instagram user SquatchWatch1 highlights the video and states, "Chilling new video has surfaced, showing a bizarre, unidentified creature lurking beneath the earth. It has huge eyes that reflect. Could it be an undiscovered subterranean species, an ancient being, or something not of this world? Here's the footage." Some explorers were in this remote and rugged area when they came across this small cave. And inside was this creature. At first you may say, oh, it's just an illusion, it's just the cave wall and it just so happens to look like a huge eye. But right at the end of the video, the eye blinks, proving it's a living thing. Now it almost looks like a big reptile or something. Its skin looks tough and rough, and it honestly looks like some kind of dinosaur. But whatever it is, it looks ancient. Now because we can only see its head and not the rest of its body, we don't know how large it is, but it does look really huge. The theory that unknown creatures live in caves is a widespread idea in cryptozoology, folklore, and scientific speculation. Caves offer dark, secluded environments that are largely unexplored, making them the perfect hiding places for mysterious beings. This theory is fueled by strange sightings, local legends, and discoveries of unusual fossils. While many of these stories fall into legend and myth, the discovery of new cave-dwelling species happens regularly. From giant blind spiders to fish that survive without light, caves have proven to be ecosystems full of strange and unexpected life. Some scientists believe larger, undiscovered creatures could still live in the world's deepest caves, hiding out down there. So it's not too far-fetched that this was an undiscovered species here. But whatever it is, it's terrifying. Now I found this really mysterious video on TikTok. I remember seeing it a few weeks ago and I was going to do a segment on it, but apparently the video itself and the account it was posted on mysteriously vanished. They're just not there anymore. But luckily I found the video for you guys, so even though it's trying to be wiped from the internet, here it is today. Two women went out exploring in a remote forest when they found an out-of-place metal hatch. These kinds of things are actually pretty common though. They're called water cisterns. They're underground containers used to store water. But anyways, they open it, and inside is another piece blocking it off. They pull it off, and this is when it's seen.
I f***ing heard noises, dude. Ugh. Do you hear it echoing? Holy sh**. Oh! There's a flashlight in my backpack.
A ghostly face peering up at them. Neither of them noticed it in real time. The water cistern is pitch black, with the only light shining in from above. But still, a ghostly-looking presence is seen. The ladies left, and eventually made a return to the strange hole in the ground. They record a part 2 video, but don't mention anything about the silhouette they caught in their last video.
I'm Mackenzie. I think I'm the sacrifice. Like, water cistern?
So it's likely they never realized. There's so much mysteriousness surrounding this video. Why did their account mysteriously vanish? How and why didn't the girls see the apparition inside? It leaves us with many more questions than answers. Maybe someone or something is trying to cover up this pretty impressive proof of the paranormal, and that's why they're trying to erase the video. Definitely one of the more eerie and convincing ghost encounters on the internet. Kicking the video off with a brand new creature sighting. This one comes from Mexico on August 9th, 2025. And recently, for some reason, Mexico has had a sudden increase in these types of sightings. From cryptids to UAPs to even ghostly entities. And we're going to take a look at a couple sightings coming from Mexico in this video. But anyways, in this one, the witness who wishes to remain anonymous stepped outside this night. He looked up because he saw something moving high up in a palm tree nearby. He pulled out his phone, zoomed in, and got a closer look, and he couldn't believe what he was seeing. A glowing-eyed humanoid creature is hanging from the tree. It has a round head and a slender body with long outstretched limbs. Its limbs grip onto the jagged palm tree with ease. It stays rather stationary, but moves its head around enough to show us it's a real living being. Some people in the comments tried to say it was a sloth. And yes, Mexico is home to sloths, however, many believe this creature is far too terrifying looking to be a sloth. There's just something so off about it. From its glowing eyes, round head, and overall build, most are not convinced. With Mexico's recent increase in this kind of activity, most are saying it's unexplainable, something the human mind can't comprehend. On June 7th, 2025, a strange piece of video would emerge. A group of friends were out doing some late-night exploration. It appears this occurred in winter, so it's believed it was taken at least a few months prior of its release. So snow's falling down and they eventually reach what looks like an abandoned construction site. All they really see at first is just a dumpster with some wooden pallets inside and a bobcat machine sitting beside. This is when they spot something strange beneath the machine.
Possible.
Maybe he's camouflaging as the
Yeah, maybe he is the wood pallet.
Yeah.
You never know. Here's this weird tractor.
The train.
What is that? Yo, yo, yo!
Tractor. The train. What is that? Yo, yo, yo!
All we can see is a very pale round head. It pokes its head up and peers at the explorers with its dark, sunken black eyes. When it realizes it's been seen, it quickly ducks back beneath the bobcat, but it was too late. The hikers freak out, stop the recording, and run for their lives, believing they had just caught an alien, or at least some kind of extraterrestrial being on camera. It's unknown why they waited till June to post their encounter, but it's believed to be for their safety. They wanted to make sure whatever this was wouldn't hunt them down for exposing its existence. But skeptics and believers are once again torn between this one. Skeptics voice their doubtful opinions and say it could just be a person in costume. They claim the explorers are just trying to trick the internet. But believers talk about the realistic look and the movement of the creature. The explorers also claim the footage is 100% real, and that they certainly didn't fake it. So it looks like this one's up to you, the viewers. Is this a real alien encounter, or is it too good to be true? A simple hoax to gain some internet fame? Let me know in the comments down below. Aliens. We've seen all kinds of evidence that they may exist. From videos to photos to detailed first-hand reports to so much more. Even the US government holds court hearings about aliens and UFOs, because so many ex-government officials claim that the government is covering things up and hiding the fact that alien life does indeed exist. And at one of these court hearings, a supposed alien body was brought in and displayed by an ex-government official who claims it was real. However, I believe it was later determined that it wasn't an alien at all. But right now there's a brand new video circulating of a supposed alien body that was just recovered. And I will warn you, it's very disturbing. Here's the footage. What looks to be an almost mummified corpse is displayed. It has dry gray skin and slender proportions. It looks like it's been preserved underground for hundreds if not thousands of years. The most convincing part about it though is its face. If this was a hoax like a prop or some kind of art project, the face is extremely impressive. It looks very, very real, with yellow protruding teeth in the bottom and large bulging closed eyes. Could this be a real alien body this time? We don't know for sure because the footage is rather mysterious and new. I don't think any analyses by scientists have been done yet. So if I hear more about it, I'll definitely let you all know. The video was just released on March 23rd, 2025, so it is fairly new, so I'm sure more details are on the way. But until then, all we have to go by is this video. This very frightening and unsettling video of a supposed alien corpse. Here is a brand new video where a man has a close encounter with an unknown creature. It was just posted on May 4th, 2025. It was sent in to YouTube channel NVTV, with the man claiming that he had a face-to-face encounter with what he thought was a Bigfoot. He was out exploring a very large local forest very late at night. But he didn't say which forest exactly. But he was all alone with only his flashlight and his phone. Eventually, he noticed a pair of glowing eyes reflecting his flashlight and staring at him. And that's when he starts filming.
Why does that look human? Hello? Oh. Let me find out that's a freaking Sasquatch looking at us.
He calls out to the creature and gets no response. It just stands there and watches him.
Wait a minute, this might be the real deal, everybody. We might be face to face with a Sasquatch right now.
He zooms in closer and closer and begins to realize the magnitude of the situation. That he's face to face with a dangerous Sasquatch. He starts running for his life, but then he falls into some kind of trap or something as he runs.
Oh! Whoa, I just sank. Oh my God. What if that's a trap? Because look, he was sitting right there. He was standing right here when we saw him.
He thinks it was some kind of trap made by the creature. It's a huge hole in the ground, and it looks like it was camouflaged. And to put it into perspective for us, he gets into it, and it goes a lot deeper than it looks. Did this lone explorer come across a Bigfoot this night and almost get injured in its trap? Others claim it could just be a wild animal though, because we don't get the best look at it. We mostly just see the eye shine. But the way the thing stalks the man and the overall look of it, it seems more unknown and dangerous. Definitely a crazy encounter. Luckily, the man was able to run out of the forest and not get caught in what seemed like its trap. The following terrifying paranormal video comes from Mexico. Now, Mexico is sometimes known for its paranormal activity. Legends like La Llorona and other local tales make up a majority of the sightings. Well, this night, a couple were on their way home, driving down a secluded path in the late hours. It was a desolate dirt path surrounded by fields. They slowly rolled down the path until, out of nowhere, a cloaked woman is seen on the side of the path.
Hola, Mauser. Bestia. Tiene una colota, pa.
¿Estás viendo, Naomi?
No manches,
Vean
tiene
eso.
una colota.
Pinche madre, vean
Una
eso.
turroña.
She emerges, and their headlights expose the creature. The entity seems to be wearing a dark, old, tattered robe and walking with a stick or cane. And if you look closely, it looks like she has a tail. Which is also pointed out in the video by the couple. It's like something out of a supernatural horror movie, an old decrepit woman haunting the road. Except this wasn't a movie, it was real life. Frozen with terror, the boyfriend and girlfriend couldn't do anything but just sit there and watch as this woman crossed the road right in front of them. She then reportedly reached the other side and vanished into the brush. In Mexico, they would call this La Bruja, or the witch. The legend of La Bruja varies across different regions, but common themes include shape-shifting abilities, often into animals like owls, wolves, or cats, and the power to cast curses, hexes, or love spells. Some legends claim they steal children or drink human blood, similar to vampire folklore. Others say they form secret covens and conduct rituals in secret locations. Definitely some very scary stuff. Do you think this couple caught La Bruja on camera this night? Or is it maybe a different supernatural entity, or not one at all? Let me know in the comments down below. A man camping with his family captured something absolutely chilling. The video was originally taken on April 1st, 2022, according to the timestamp seen in the video. We also see it was taken a little after 1 in the morning. The man awoke in the middle of the night hearing something moving right beside their campsite. So he gets his camera out and records for his safety, and you won't believe what he catches. In the distance, we see a human-like figure. A pale human-like figure with a skinny but abnormally broad stature. It's also excessively pale, too pale to be a human. Slowing the footage down, we get a better look. Its arms are stretched out oddly to its sides, and it's hunched down, moving quickly forward. Its arms also look freakishly long. After filming this, it's believed he turned his camera off and immediately warned his family. They all packed up and got out of there safely. Judging by all of its strange characteristics and movements, most are believing this truly wasn't a human. Many lean on supernatural theories, cryptid theories like pale crawlers or even the rake. So could this here be a real sighting of a pale crawler or the rake? Whatever it is, it's downright horrifying, and it definitely doesn't look like a human. Whatever it was enough to chill the campers to their cores and make them leave the area for good. In early August, a man named Andrew Smith set out on a unique and terrifying expedition. For 3 nights, August 5th, 6th, and 7th, he camped out in a very remote spot in the Appalachian Mountains. He was on a quest to find the infamous skinwalker. He camps out late at night all alone and calls out for skinwalkers. Then some crazy things start to happen. The first night he hears what sounds like someone yelling for help in the distance. Except he's out in the complete middle of nowhere. No one should be out there. This also happened at 3 a.m. in the complete dead of night, making the encounter even more eerie. The next night he finds a very disturbing stick figure hung up in a tree. It looks like it was put there deliberately. He asks, does anyone know who or what would leave this in the forest? Then on the third night, he hears the most disturbing noise yet. A strange, guttural, primal scream rings out far in the distance, an unidentifiable scream. As you may already know, especially if you watch my videos, skinwalkers are some of the most infamous and chilling figures in Native American legend, particularly within the Navajo tradition. They're not cryptids in the same sense as Bigfoot or the Mothman, but rather witches or sorcerers with dark supernatural powers. Because of their cultural and spiritual weight, the topic is considered very serious and sometimes even taboo among the Navajo people. So the fact that Andrew Smith is out there doing this is pretty crazy. These entities are also said to be able to shapeshift and appear as humans or animals to try to lure people out into their territories. Is that what was happening to Andrew these nights? From the screams for help, to the voodoo-looking doll in the tree, to the loud screams, could this all be activity of the infamous skinwalker? Andrew Smith certainly thinks so, but do you? Here is a brand new and exclusive trail cam photo that shows something unexplainable, an unknown creature. It was taken on July 15th, 2025. People are practically going crazy trying to figure out what this is. Take a closer look at this chilling trail cam capture. At first glance, it might seem like just another animal wandering past the lens, but the longer you study it, the stranger it becomes. The creature is moving on all fours, yet its body doesn't quite match any familiar wildlife. Its limbs are unusually long, its back is hunched at an unnatural angle, and it's covered in dark fur. Notice the way its head juts forward, more humanoid than animal, giving it a disturbing, almost deformed look. It looks like it could be bipedal or quadrupedal, but in the photo it's walking on all fours. The timestamp shows this was taken just before 9 p.m., the perfect time for predators and things far worse to emerge from the shadows. Some might call it a mangy bear or a trick of the light, but to others this looks more like a dogman, a chupacabra, or some other cryptid or unknown animal. Could this just be a sick or deformed animal, or maybe even an undiscovered creature? Or is it truly a cryptid creature? The location of where the photo was taken wasn't listed though, but it's believed to come from somewhere in the US. Regardless, the internet is loving this photo, even though we may never figure out what exactly it was. Whatever it is, this isn't an image that's easily forgotten, and it leaves you asking, what exactly is roaming out there in the darkness? In October of last year, a girl would post a Snapchat video that seemed completely normal at first. It was her riding in an excavator. She was just filming it, having a good time, thinking it would be a good video to share with her friends and family. But unbeknownst to her, something strange was caught in the background. At first you might miss it, but slowing it down you'll see it for sure. A humanoid creature was hiding in the brush when it quickly rushes out and flees. The leap is insane. It jumps super far and runs so fast that they didn't even see it in real time. And then it seems to disappear or something. We just can't see it anymore. While we did see it though, it looks to have some very long hair on its head. Some think it could be Bigfoot, but it looks a little smaller than the typical Bigfoot. Because of the way it vanishes, some think it's some kind of ghostly spirit. Maybe a spirit of someone who died out there in the woods and didn't want to be seen by the people out there. One thing's for sure, a human can't move like this and vanish like this. This had to be something otherworldly. Just an insane video. The reason this one is so compelling is because the girl was just filming a fun video, not trying to capture anything scary or strange. Also, they didn't even realize until later when they watched the video back that they had caught something. A lot of times these videos can be explained, but this one, I don't know. I don't have any explanations for this one. If you guys have any potential theories or answers and think you know how or why this happened, feel free to let us all know in the comments down below. With the growing popularity of Ring cameras and other kinds of security cameras, it seems more and more people are beginning to capture strange things on them. From ghostly entities, cryptid creatures, strange orbs, and more. Well, here's an example of someone who caught some kind of creature on their Ring cam. It comes out of Westfield, Wisconsin. It was just posted in mid-2024. The homeowners have a Ring doorbell camera and also some Ring security cameras on the back of their home. One of them on the back of their home captured this. A naked, thin, humanoid creature is seen walking into the tree line. Its arms are disturbingly long, reaching down past its shins. Its skin is pale and almost pinkish, a strange combination. It looks like some kind of extraterrestrial creature or something. However, this wasn't the only picture they captured. They also captured this on their Ring doorbell camera. It looks slightly different from the creature spotted in the backyard. It has the same colored skin, but it's more muscular, and it also has a strange black pattern all over it. It almost looks like it's been burned or something. It looks like something straight out of hell. The homeowner claims that the secluded forest around her home has many of these types of creatures roaming around in it. Some say there may be some kind of portal in the woods that dumps these creatures onto her property. Kind of like the story of Skinwalker Ranch, where strange portals were spotted when alien skinwalker-like creatures would be dumped out of these portals and onto their property. The Skinwalker Ranch story was one of the most documented accounts of unknown creatures, and is very fascinating. Although Skinwalker Ranch is in Utah and this property is in Wisconsin, so they're very far away. But hey, who's to say these kinds of portals can't pop up in other areas? Now, those disturbing images I just showed were going pretty viral, so I figured I'd show you all, and also to see what you think. If they are real, definitely one of the scariest encounters of all time. This is one of the best but most terrifying pieces of paranormal evidence ever. It's a newer encounter that was just highlighted on September 15th, 2025. And what makes it so believable as well is it comes directly from a police department in North Carolina, the Pender County Police Department. On this night, they received a 911 call that was so shocking and so bizarre and so real that it even baffled police. Take a listen to what Pender County Sheriff A.W. Cutler has to say about the encounter.
It is very hard to listen to that call, to that 911 tape, without becoming somewhat unnerved. It actually bothered me the first time that I heard it.
He recalls the call actually bothered him and shook him to his core. Now take a listen to some of the actual audio from the call.
Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53E. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay.
The caller sees what looks like a man bleeding, standing on the side of the road. But what happens next proves it wasn't a man.
And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bed!
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed lights for my truck and there's something in my bed.
Someone or something jumps onto his truck. You can even hear the thud in the audio. The man freaks out and screams, "That's not human." You can tell he's genuinely filled with fear, unable to comprehend what's going on. The call ends on the question, "Well, what was it?" from the dispatcher, a question that may remain forever unanswered.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
One thing is for sure though, it wasn't human. The sheriff goes over the report they filed, providing us with real photos used for the case. This illustration here shows us exactly what happened and gives us a general layout of his surroundings. The caller recalls, "This thing jumped in the bed of my truck and started beating on the top of my truck. It was scratching and beating the cab, and you could hear it." According to him, this thing, this creature, this humanoid, stood up in the middle of the road after he threw it off of his truck by slamming on his brakes. It stood up and then made its way quickly to the wood line and ran into the woods. Many paranormal enthusiasts are saying this is some amazing evidence. Some even go as far as to say that it proves the existence of the paranormal or cryptids. Mostly because it was a real 911 call coming from a real police department. The evidence is indeed very solid. What did this man witness this night? Was it some kind of ghostly entity that haunts the road? An unknown malevolent creature trying to attack him? It sure sounds like it. A woman was out on her rural property in mid-October when she had one of the most disturbing encounters ever. She was in the area where her family kept some of their vehicles. It's way out in their backyard right on the tree line. She went over to inspect the area because she thought she heard something weird coming from over there. She peered around the side of her trailer and something huge started chasing her. She had her phone ready to record and she pressed record, but she was obviously focused on running away from this giant creature. As she ran away, her phone captured the creature, but it was upside down. But when we slow it down and flip it over, we get a really good look at what was stalking her. A pitch black, dogman-like creature is seen. It has a thick, sturdy build, kind of like the body of a bigfoot. But its head is dog-like. We can see it has pointy ears sticking up. The encounter itself seems to be very believable. From the woman's realistic reaction to the way it was caught on camera as she ran away. You have to think about it like this. In a real-life situation, if you came across an unknown creature like this and it was obviously trying to chase you and harm you, your first thought wouldn't be to get a clear video of it. It would be pure survival. That's why many are choosing to believe this one here. And I've covered lots of videos of this supposed dogman creature on my channel, but this has to be one of the better ones. This is said to be one of the most horrifying cryptids you could ever come across. Not just because of its horrifying and intimidating looks, but the way it behaves. They're said to be the most dangerous out of all the cryptids, with many accounts of them actually harming humans. So what do you think? Real dogman encounter? Let me know in the comments down below. A woman who goes by the name Dee trekked out into the midnight woods in late October. She wanted to investigate the forest near her home and film it to see what she could find in the late hours of the night. The area she explores is known for being a strange activity hotspot, with many inexplicable encounters coming from inside. But this is what intrigues her. In the beginning of the video, she sits in a chair and talks to the camera. That's when she hears something running in the grass behind her.
I just don't know. Nothing's really happening. I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm nervous, but...
Out of fear, she stands up and looks around, but her camera sees something she doesn't. Far in the distance is a pale, humanoid creature crouched down, hiding in the brush. It's crouched down on all fours, peering in the direction of Dee. She then shines her light towards it, but it was too late. It had already vanished back into the foliage. She continues on, regardless of the strangeness, and then she begins to hear weird noises as she walks through. The creature then makes itself known again, but once again she doesn't see it in real time.
Yeah.
She states, quote, "It followed me to another spot in these woods 2 miles apart." She also says she wasn't paying attention in front of her, that is until she heard it moving. It wasn't until she returned home and reviewed the footage that she noticed the strange being. She realized she was being stalked out there, and it chilled her to her core. So what do you guys think? Did Dee have a real encounter with the rake this night? If she did, she's lucky it just stalked her and didn't try to attack. But let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments down below. Here are some old found photos of a giant dog-like creature. It's a bipedal dark humanoid creature. The photos allegedly come from 2009 but were just highlighted on November 19th, 2025. The incident is dubbed the Black Walker of Smuggler's Notch. The caption reads, quote, "In the frozen silence of Smuggler's Notch, something walked that winter. Something heavy, black, and not meant for human eyes." End quote. Deep in the wilderness of Smuggler's Notch, Vermont, the figure was photographed. Seen are 4 horrifying photos. Each photo shows the creature further in its path as it walks along. The photos look super realistic, seeming to show a real living creature. It has a strange hunched posture to it, with its muscular human-like legs and its strong canine-like upper body. It also has the face of a dog. In the third photo, though, it looks like it's missing its front legs or arms. This could just be from the angle it was taken, or perhaps that's actually how it looks. Now, Vermont isn't usually the first state people think of when they hear dogman, but the region does have a long history of strange creature stories. So was this the dogman in these found photos, or is it too good to be true? On October 29th, 2025, a very eerie creature encounter was uploaded to the internet. The footage was sent to a popular cryptid channel so she could share it with the world. Her father was the one who actually had the encounter though. He was out on his remote property this day going to get wood. This is when something large caught his eye. So he followed it and tracked it and immediately pulled out his phone and began to record because he didn't know what he was seeing. He struggles to relocate the creature, but eventually catches it on camera. It's a dark mass hiding within the shadows. It's absolutely huge, and it stays crouched low to the ground. Freezing the footage though, that's when we see more details. It has a lighter colored face despite its huge dark body. On top of its head are what look like 2 horns sticking up. Whatever this thing is, it looks malevolent. Some are calling it a goat man, others are calling it a shape-shifting demon. Whatever it is though, it's truly unsettling. The goat man though is a legendary creature often described as a half-man, half-goat figure that lurks near forests, bridges, and old rural roads. In most versions of the story, he walks upright like a human, but has the horns, hooves, and snarling face of a goat. While the details change from place to place, the Goatman has become one of those classic American folklore stories, a monster people whisper about when the forest seems too quiet. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like buttons, Mom. Let's aim for 5,000 likes for another one of these trail camera videos. And if you want to get to know me more, you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Maxwell Fear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Maximum Fear YT. And be sure to subscribe to the channel, because only 20% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. And also feel free to check out my special Maximum Fear merchandise and coffee mugs. They're in the description down below. And shout out to my second channel, More Maximum Fear, where I post other scary content that you guys would definitely love. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.